Today we're going to be talking about a topic that is very close to, or dear to my heart, and that is American Sign Language. American Sign Language is a complete language that uses a combination of hand signals or gestures, as well as body posture and facial expressions. So, quick statistic, about 2 to 4 of every 1,000 people in the U.S. are functionally deaf, with the majority of them age 65 years or older. Now, looking at the statistic and other statistics that you can find online, you can see that deaf or hard of hearing people don't necessarily make up a large percentage of the population. And that's probably the reason why many of us oftentimes don't really think of them in our everyday lives, and don't think of ways that we can include them in our everyday lives and make them feel accommodated in our everyday lives. So one way that we can make people who are, better accommodate to people who are deaf or hard of hearing, is to make sure that we provide, and this is an easy way to do this, when you make videos or when you put videos out there on YouTube or the internet, making sure that you provide written captions, closed captioning, and written scripts to make sure that everybody has access to the video and can understand the video and benefit from the video. Another way that I personally saw a lack of growing up is making sure that we provide enough American Sign Language interpreters in our everyday lives, making sure, whether that be through religious spaces, whether that be through school, whether that be through even just our everyday activities, youth activities, news channels even, making sure that we provide that option for people who are deaf or hard of hearing. Another way, and actually a really fun way, in my opinion, is to learn some ASL, learn some American Sign Language yourself. There's websites out there, and even on YouTube, you can find videos on and basic sign language, signs that you can learn. Even just the alphabet. American Sign Language isn't a universal sign language, meaning that the sign language signed here in the U.S. isn't the same one that's signed, let's say, in Egypt, right? So they're different. So that's something to keep in mind, that just because you know American Sign Language doesn't mean you're going to be able to communicate with people who are deaf or hard of hearing, or even hearing people in another country with that same language. It's the same thing with American Sign Language versus English. American Sign Language and English are very separate languages. Even just the rules of pronunciation, the word order, the grammar, it's very, very different. I'm gonna go over some quick signs with you guys, just because I feel like the best way to, one of the best ways to be able to communicate better with people who are deaf or hard of hearing is to learn some signs yourself. So the first one I'm going to show you guys, it's very common in our everyday, is yes. The second one is going to be no. The third one is going to be please. And then the fourth one is going to be sorry. Sorry. And then I'm going to end on a positive note. Kindness is the language which the deaf can hear and the blind can see. So the kinder we are to each other, that is the most important value and that you can implement in your everyday life to better accommodate and make everybody else around you feel more comfortable.